Lisa Briggs from the Brewers Company is here to take your calls.
The number to call, 608-270-9933. We have 2 lines open if you have a question for Lisa. Hi there.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
What is this beautiful plant you brought?
This is a delphinium. Isn't it glorious?
Yes, it is. I love the color.
They come in purples and sometimes pink and white, but they're best for the blues.
Oh, that's great. Nice tall one, too.
Yes, it is.
Is that a perennial or an annual?
That is a perennial.
Okay.
All right.
Very nice. Very nice.
Let's go ahead and get to the phones. Lots of folks waiting to talk to you. We'll start with Linda in Belleville. Hi there. What's your question?
Hi, I'm wondering why my cucumbers are growing but not producing.
Oh, so are you getting flowers?
Do you have flowers on your cucumbers? Oh, I guess we must have.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So sometimes it just takes a little while. You get a lot of male flowers and not some female flowers, and it just takes a little bit of time for the female flowers to develop. It's just the beginning of July, and we had a crazy spring, so just be a little bit patient.
All right. Thank you for calling.
All right, let's go to Ken now in Dodgeville. Hi, Ken. What's your question?
Thanks for taking my call. It's Ken from Dodgeville. I have a shagbark hickory tree that has some lower branches dying. The leaves are just turning black, and there's nothing chewing on them, and I don't see any signs of holes anywhere in the bark or under the bark. They're just turning black, and they fall off.
Okay, so shagbark hickory are native here, but not a very common tree in the landscape, but they're beautiful. It's shaggy bark. And, you know, I would say, Ken, to send some photos to the plant desk. That's plantdesk@brewscompany.com, and then we can see what you're seeing. So photos of the leaves that are turning the color, and then maybe some development, and then a shot of the area so we can see how the problem is progressing, and then we can give you some advice.
And say that email address one more time.
plantdesk@brewscompany.com.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling. Let's go to Bev in Beaver Dam. Hi, Bev. What's your question?
Hi. If you feel like your arborvitaes are getting too tall and too wild, can you top them and trim them?
You can trim them. You want to be careful that you don't trim too much. So you've got some green tissue and you don't want to break into the part where there is no foliage. The topping is a little bit weirder. Depending on the arborvitae, if you take some leaders back inside to shorten them, you can do that. But just cutting them off at the top, they look sort of silly for a while. So you're going to have to wait for them to grow through that.
Okay.
But it wouldn't hurt them.
It won't hurt it.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Let's go to Diane now in Dane. Hi, Diane.
Hi, I just purchased a palm plant, and it's got black dots going up the stem, and I'm wondering if that'll kill it or how I can get rid of it. And I also discovered I have earwigs in the soil, how I can get those out.
So for the earwigs, you can put a systemic inside the soil. This is inside, I'm assuming, this palm, not outside?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going to want to use a systemic insecticide that is made for indoor plants. BioAdvance makes a little capsule, and you just pop them in the soil, and then as it waters through, then the plant becomes toxic and the soil becomes toxic to the earwigs. So that should help with that problem. Don't use like Sluggo, because you don't want that stuff in the house. As far as the dots are concerned, that might be a fungal issue. It's hard to tell without seeing it. You can certainly bring some pictures into the store if you're close by, or again, email the photos to the plant desk.
That's a great resource.
Yes, it is a really good resource.
Yeah.
And then we can see what you're seeing, because it's hard over the television describing and me like seeing what you see.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to Tommy in Beloit. Hi, Tommy. What's your question?
Hi, I've got chipmunks chewing on my zucchini squash, and of course I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to trap them. Is there anything I can do to keep them out of there?
So there are a couple things you can do. You can use a repellent. There are a number of them on the market, like Repelzol or Liquid Fence. I like Shake Away. It's a predator urine product, and you would sprinkle that around the bed, and it forms like a scent fence that keeps them away. The other thing you can do is if you've got a floating row cover hanging around, it's a really thinly spun poly fabric that we use mostly for frost protection in the early spring. And if you just put that over your plants and then put some bricks or something to keep the chipmunks from going underneath, that will keep them away physically.
All right. Very good.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I think we have time for one more. Joe in Madison. Hi, Joe.
Hi. My question is, I have some spinach plants that I planted early or late May. They got big broad leaves on them, and then I picked the leaves as I needed, and now they're like these skinny buds growing up with lots of leaves. Are they gonna have broad leaves again, or are they done?
No, that's what we call bolting, and that happens in the heat, especially with any lettuces and spinaches that like cooler weather. So take them out, but then save that space, because in the middle of August, you can re-sow again, and then you'll get a fall crop.
All right.
All right.
Speaking of bolting, we got to go.
Yes. The time goes by so fast. Thank you for your calls, everybody. And Lisa, you have a big weekend this weekend. Congratulations.
I do. Thank you. My son and daughter-in-law, because they're already married, are having their wedding celebration on Saturday.
COVID delayed, and it'll be worth the wait.
It was a small but mighty wedding in the year of COVID.
Congratulations to them. It's going to be great weather for you.
And I want to see pictures of the flowers.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.